Can you give us an example of a disease and the different components of it so we can understand
for
a little bit
example,
better?
let's talk about heart disease, which is very much plaguing women today in America. This is one of the killer diseases, not really cancer. It's heart conditions. Or in most cases, executives, they're always having these heart conditions as they grow older. Let's explain it further now. When there's a heart condition, now this is not a diagnosis, this is an energetic evaluation of the components of heart conditions. Because I've been healing a lot of heart conditions, including a lot of doctors with heart conditions. The heart center, which is the vibration that is rotating in front of your chest, controls the physical heart. The physical heart has also two energetic components of what we call energetic chakras that is vibrating in front of the left ventricle area and the right ventricle area. So aside from the big heart center, there's also two aspects of the physical heart centers. So when there is a problem with the left ventricle area, then there's a problem with that left chakra or the energy centers. So they don't have to be sick together. They can one be sick, the other one is not. For example, if there's artery blockages, which they usually do a bypass, you can use energy to dissolve those blockages, which has energetic blockages that if you dissolve these energetic blockages, the physical blocks start to wither or to fade away or to break down. Okay? So that's one. Now, the heart center also can change color, either too much energy or lack of energy, depending on the heart condition. Now, if a person has enlarged heart or inflammation of the heart, the problem is the heart center is already excessively stimulated, especially with red vibration, that makes the heart inflame. And eventually, when these heart muscles are always cooked with this inflammation and the heart red energy, they eventually weaken the muscles, which start to have muscle failure. They lose pliability of the pumping mechanism. Now, part of the problem is not really directed to the heart. It's not always to the blood. The center below the heart is called the solar plexus center. This center is the center of stress, anxiety, nervousness, fear, anger, and all the like. So if this energy is always agitated, like with irritability, intolerance, fear, anger, frustration, this energy turns into red. Originally, it has many colors, including green, blue, orange, yellow. But if this predominantly is so much red, this neighboring heart gets congested because it's just below it, and this eventually gets cooked, energetically cooked, which causes physical heart failure. Now, there's a lot of other components of the heart disease that must be addressed by the healer. The navel center, which is one of the centers that are very important in heart disease, is normally depleted in heart cases. So you need to reactivate the center in the navel because this is like the storehouse of energy. That's why in most cases when people have heart disease, they start to weaken their physical body, and since they cannot exercise as much, the more weak they become. And partly the solution is to empower the navel center because this is like the warehouse of energetic component of the aura. And this can energize the heart or the whole body. Partly what is missing is the base. At the base of the spine of the patient is an energy field that is colored red, orange, and yellow, more red. When that starts to be depleted, in most cases in heart conditions, that is weak. This energetic component is the one that promotes the repair of tissues of the body, including the tissues of the heart. So when that is depleted, the tissue of the heart is not easy to repair. Therefore, I advise a lot of my healing students and clients that we need to put more energy into that part of the aura so that it will help revitalize and repair the tissues of the heart. So there are a lot of components to it.
What causes these centers to get out of balance?
Well, there's a lot of causes for these centers to be sick because they can be also sick. First is disease energy. Now, disease energy is an energy that turns into negative vibration or grayish color or dark gray or any combination of grayish and the color. When there's a lot of stale energy as a byproduct of metabolism, byproduct of negative emotions and negative thoughts and negative reaction or toxic substance or dirty food or negative vibrations that we pick from the environment, these centers of energy are like the mouth or portal to exude the stale energy from our body and to admit fresh energy that revitalizes the organ for that specific location. So when these are not rotating fast enough, when they slow down, when people grow older, or when people are very fatigued, or genetically certain kind of diseases comes with it, this becomes dirty and diseased, and there's a lot of jammed energy, congestion, and stale energy comes in. It becomes toxic to the different organs. Instead of supplying good energy, it's supplying toxic energy. That is one. Others is contamination from the environment or from people. Like the energy around us is a psychic vibration that is composed by feelings, thoughts, energetic substances from people and from the natural environment. If we are in a negative environment, we tend to breathe in, not only to the nose, the negative vibration, like in a stress office, but we tend to connect it to these centers of energy, and we pick it up, and we get sick with this negative vibration, especially some children who are very sensitive or some